You know what would be a really good idea?
What?
Let's take the guy that made Hostel. You know, that movie from the mid 2000s that was really a big deal because of how violent and gory and graphic and disturbing it was. Let's take the guy that made that movie and give him a children's film. You know what would be a really good idea?
What?
Let's take the guy that made that Death Wish movie from like 5 months ago. You know, the one that was really violent and graphic. It had Bruce Willis. Let's take that guy and give him a children's film. You know what would be a really good idea?
What?
Let's take the guy that made Slither and give him a children's film, and then fire him when we find out that he didn't always make content for children.
You'll see. Things are quite different here.
The plot follows a young orphaned boy who goes to live with his uncle in a mysterious mansion, and his uncle is a boy witch. So he teaches his nephew how to become a boy witch, and he makes a big mistake, and together they work to stop the bad guy. And then there's a quirky neighbor girl.
Bert, what did you think of the house with the clock in its walls?
There was like a tiny, tiny sliver that was interesting, being Jack Black and the character development. Well, maybe not development, I guess design. There were a few interesting things, and the acting was good. But
what was interesting about it?
I liked Jack Black's character. I liked the way he played the character. I honestly liked the dynamic between him and his neighbor, and I feel like there are parts of this that were kind of set up well to make me interested. But then I really didn't like anything with the boy. He wasn't really that good at acting, and then everything he went through was very generic child trials and...
Yeah, I didn't want to get into this soon, but sure, let's just jump straight in. I don't think the kid needed to be in this movie.
Yeah, not really.
Like, if this movie was just about Jack Black and Cate Blanchett and Kyle MacLachlan, it probably would have been really good.
And the chair.
It's like one of those things where they probably felt like they needed to have a kid in this movie because it's trying to appeal to kids. But that's not true. You don't need children in children's films.
Yeah, but they were going for the heartstrings. Cate Blanchett lost her child, so then she lost her magic, and so by loving this child, she gets her magic back.
Okay, but they still could have focused more on them as the main characters. Like, the main character of this movie is the kid, and they either could have taken him out completely and just made a movie about the three wizards, or he could have just been more of a side character. Kind of like disturbing their routine.
They wanted the relationship between him and Jack Black, and Jack Black threatening to throw him on the streets, and him learning valuable lessons about being a kid, and they went for the whole family dynamic piece instead of exciting and adventurous for kids.
I'm imagining this movie more something along the lines of like Gremlins or Krampus, where it's the three wizards, and then it's like a really dark comedy.
I mean, both of those movies follow kids, but...
Really?
Yeah.
Krampus is about a family, and Gremlins is about, like, a high schooler.
Yeah, but Krampus has that one kid who's kind of, like, the main point. Or, like, the main protagonist? They really do follow that kid pretty heavily. They just do it in a much better way.
I liked this movie.
That surprises me.
It wasn't that good. It was a little bit boring. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. Judging off the trailer, I was expecting it to just be terrible.
Yeah, that's true.
And I was actually impressed with how well it came out, because, like you said, a lot of the characters were very strong, and it was also very easy to understand, And usually what happens with movies based off books is that they either have, like, too much detail in them for you to really, like, care, or there's not enough and then you just don't understand what's going on without having read the book.
I feel bad for whoever made this movie because...
Eli Roth?
Yeah, that one. I think he did a great job adapting it, and he did a great job making a movie, but
it just
the
wasn't
plot,
a good source material.
Yeah, like the plot of the book with the child and the ending was catastrophic.
There was so much exposition towards the end.
It just was like someone vomiting out details of like, and then this happened, and then this happened, and the end, they victored. Which character was your favorite?
Probably Jack Black.
Cheater.
I mean...
That was my answer.
Who else are we gonna say?
I'm gonna pick the chair, then.
Kyle MacLachlan, who I almost accurately predicted was only gonna be in 5 scenes. He was in 6.
He looked really stupid being dead.
Seriously?
I feel like they didn't need to do that.
I liked that. There's some really horrific stuff in this movie, and I liked that a lot.
Yeah, I really liked the house. I feel like it was well done, and all of the things inside it were fun.
There's the moment towards the end where Kyle MacLachlan is explaining, like, what happened, and there's an actual demon in the flashback. It's not like these demons that we're used to where it's just like a guy with a painted face.
Yeah, that was
It's
pretty
like
cool.
big fat guy with no neck and a lot of hair. He's so disgusting. And it's amazing. Like, that could have been in its own movie. That could have been the thing that was just the whole movie.
Yeah, I feel like if Conflict had really made him a character and made Dale Cooper just like a plot piece, or what do you call that?
Well,
A pawn?
going back to what we were talking about before, if they made it about the 3 wizards, it could have been about them during the war. And then
Yeah.
like, the demon could have been a bigger part of it.
Yes. But instead we had gym class and a cute girl who likes bugs.
That school was awfully racially diverse for being in 1955.
Also, do you like how he was like, yeah, gym teacher, I'm just gonna sit here. And the gym teacher was like, yeah, okay, we already have an even number of kids.
I guess I would say, if your children want to see it, go for it. Just be aware that they might be horrified by some things.
Don't let that stop you, because I would want them to see this movie.
I mean, it's pretty, like, it's a small part of the movie that would
Yeah.
scare them.
It's fun. Jack Black as a baby.
I completely forgot about that. That looked so bad.
Why did that even need to happen?
Why did the farting cat need to happen?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Because it's a kid's movie.
Remember the farting in the BFG?
You know what's sad?
What?
I'm pretty sure this is the best Eli Roth movie I've seen.
Really?
Yes. Green Inferno and
Yeah.
Death Wish and Knock Knock. And then he also produced Clown, but producers don't really...
Is this better than Knock Knock?
Knock Knock is terrible.
Oh, that's... Yeah, okay. I was thinking of The Gift.
Knock Knock is so bad.
People like that movie.
I have never once heard another person mention that movie.
I've heard people say they like it. They're like, yeah, I like scary suspense movies like Knock Knock.
Would you recommend The House with the Clock in Its Walls?
I really can't. I don't want to watch it again.
Yeah,
There
I do.
isn't anyone I would recommend this to.
I want to clarify, I don't mean, like, go see this because I think it's good. I mean, like, if there's somebody who wants to see it, it's decent enough. It's not worth going out of your way to see, though.
I liked Kate Blanchett a lot more than I expected to. Everything from the trailers, like, I was
It
impressed.
just had a bad trailer.
That is so true. They could have sold this movie and made it look really good. And then it would have been a shock that it was so bad. But instead the trailer was so bad that it was a shock that parts of it were good.
Well, they were probably trying to save money. I totally expected this to be a flop. I mean, The trailer looked bad. It's coming out in September.
People.
That's pretty much all you need.
Why
to
don't people
expect
like Jack
something.
Black anymore?
People still like him.
Do they?
I thought they did. He just hasn't really been in anything
I
recently.
feel like we like him much more than most people.
No, the people who like Jack Black like him a lot.
Okay, that makes me happy. Is that all we have time for today?
I guess.